Hi, my name is Avery, and today I'm going to show you how to stop the confusion in your class over Google Classroom and replace your student's dashboard with this, a one-page, easy to follow, linked directory to all of your students' work that cuts out all of the crap in Google Classroom and keeps them on track. So let me take you through a quick walkthrough of this page. This is a one slide long Google slide that has been presented or published on the internet. There's a button for that. You don't need a website or anything. And I have hyperlinked all of these icons that you see to do the things that I want them to do. So this button leads directly to the Google Classroom to-do list for your student. This links directly to my Google Meet classroom. It could very easily be your Zoom classroom. These four icons represent the work that my student has due today. I would change these every single morning. It only takes, I would say, if you're really in a rush, you could do it in 2.5 minutes. But if you're having a lazy day, you could do it in 5. Because all they are is hyperlinks. And I'm going to show you where to get the link in Google Classroom. So all you are going to do is copy it from Google Classroom, paste it into the back end of this slide, and be done. This will take your student directly to Gmail. This could be Remind. This could be any sort of program you're using for communication between students and parents. The only one that doesn't really work that well is Google Hangouts. And for that, with my class, because that's what I have this extension, and that makes it easy for my students to contact me. But I will say that my students are a little bit older. I don't teach first grade. I made this for a first grade teacher at our school. Daily practice for my students is down here in the corner. Now, I do not put my daily practice in my Google Classroom. And the reason for that is when I did, because I teach a double classroom, I teach at a rural school in Maine, I teach 5th and 6th grade combined. I was running 16 daily practices a week. So 4 vocab, 4 spelling for each class. And it basically like clogged up my entire grade book to the point where I was missing the fact that certain kids weren't turning certain things in. So I pulled that all out. And next year, when I do use this dashboard, they're going to find that daily practice right there. And it's going to be just a clearly made expectation that they work on it every single day. Because my students are a little bit older, I can say to them, hey, it's your responsibility to practice your spelling every week. But even for your younger kids, it's somewhat easier for you to just check in every day rather than put it in the Google Classroom. Or this could just be more links to Google Classroom. It's all up to you. And like I said, each of these leads to the student's work. If I were to click math, it would take me directly to this page. The reason I'm not clicking math is the one caveat of this is that you need to have only one person logged into the computer at a time. I run on average 5 Gmail accounts simultaneously, and that tends to gunk up the works a little bit when I try to use links like this. But your students, especially if you're in a one-to-one school, should not have that issue because they should have their one login on their one device all the time. Unless a parent has decided to also log in on that device, you should not have an issue. So reading, here's my reading activity for my class. Math, my math activity for the class. So here, science would take me to this activity right here. The to-do list takes you directly to it takes the student directly to their to-do list so that they can find old information, like I said earlier. And that's it. Because really, your students don't need any more than what they're doing today, the stuff they've missed in the past, and a way to contact you. Now, how does this work for teachers. Really, really simply. Now, if the idea of building something like this makes your hair stand on end, either because digital crafting is not your thing, or honestly, you're just completely fried by the end of this year, I have thrown this up on Teacher Pay Teacher for $5. The link is down below. I'm sorry it's not free, but yeah, I will show you how to make it. It's pretty easy. At the end of this video, I'll go through all of that. So here's what it looks like on the back end. Here's the slide. Here's just a little box I created with all of my extra icons. So let's say it's a new day. I'm in Google Classroom. Here are the activities that my students are going to do today. Every morning I wake up, I'm like, okay, these are the activities that I planned earlier this week. Here is the history. I click the 3 dots at the end. I put copy link. I go to my page, click my social studies, click the edit link. It's going to self-highlight. All I click is paste and apply. And I'm done. Social studies updated. Now you may have your class organized into like 8 different classes, or all of your subjects in a different class. That's actually how I do it for my older students. That's fine. You just go into the classwork for each one of them. You click the end. You copy the link. You find the matching icon. Hit that. Edit. Paste. Apply. Like I said, Google is auto-updating. As soon as the students reload that page, everything you've done has already been added. So say that there's music today. I can just take one of these icons over here, put it right there. I've already hyperlinked all of these, but if you haven't linked it, you just click it, go to Insert Link, paste whatever link you need from your music class. Maybe the music teacher gave you something that they need to do. Maybe it's their Google Meet. Maybe it's something like that. You click Apply. And like I said, next time your students reload, let's go. There you go. That's all there is to it. And this will take them to wherever link you put in it. Because these perimeter items never change or rarely change, you might change, say, the link for Quizlet once a week when you put in a new spelling list. You might decide, I'm done with this program, I'm going to give them something different. That's cool. You might change those out every once in a while, but as long as you stick to the format, your students are going to feel very comfortable and understanding about what it is that you need them to do. The other person who's going to love this format is your child's parent, because they know all they have to do is click the to-do list, and they are going to be able to make sure that their child has turned in all of their work for the day. Now, I'm going to be honest, you will eventually or occasionally get that child who just clicks done and they haven't actually turned anything in. That's a conversation that you have to have with the parent. However, for the most part, you're going to figure out who does that very quickly, have that discussion with the parent. They can go into the different items that have been done that day and check them. But for the most part, that's it. That's how easy it is for your child's parents, for your student, or for your student's parents, for your student, and for you to organize this so that it is easy for your student to, or for everybody involved to manage. Now, building it. Like I said, this is available on Teacher Pay Teacher, but if crafting is your vibe, go to Google, make a slideshow, I get rid of all of the extra stuff. Delete. And side click, change background if you want, or if you've got a theme. I always choose an image from the web. There's some clouds. Okay, now I'm going to get a text box. Kind of center that. Center the words. Make it bigger. This background's kind of hard to see, so let me find a different one. I want different clouds. How about that one? There, I find that easier to read. All right, now icons. Insert, image from the web. There are two kinds of icons. You can get them that they're already round, and you can make them round. So if you are looking for checklist icon, find one, insert. This one already has the background taken out. It's already round. Just make it the size you want. While it's highlighted, you click insert and link, and I just use Google to kind of as a placeholder so that next time I need to use it, I can just copy and paste something into it. All right, let's see. Next one. Oh, if I need an icon and it's not round, say I wanted to use this checklist. Keep it highlighted. The button that's kind of like the square with the overlapping ends has a little arrow next to it. So we're going to crop it as a circle. And from here, you can make it the size you need. Now, if you are one of my peers in this world who need everything lined up and perfectly, organized and straight, and everything needs to be the same size, I gotcha, fam. You're going to click Format, and size and rotation, the width and the height, you want them to be the same. So now it's a perfect circle. And you can do this with all of them. Click the next one. You want this one to be 1.45 and the height to be 1.45. And now they are all the same size. If you want them to be on the same line, go to position. If you want them to be horizontal, they need to have the same y-axis. And if you want them to be vertically lined up, you need them to have the same x-axis. So I don't want that checklist. I've got that done. And from here, you would just make as many icons as you need. If you would like to have the little garage that I created over here, you just insert a shape. And I just took a square or rectangle or something. Put it right there, filled it with a color, and gave it a little title. And then maybe make it a little smaller. And then any extra icons that I think I'm going to use, but don't necessarily need today or right now, or maybe I changed programs, but I want to keep that icon in case I change back. Those all go right there so that I can use them later. No one will ever see them, They'll never pop up in a place where the kids can view them. They're in like dead space over there. All right, so you've made your dashboard. So I'm going to imagine that you've put in all of the other icons. You've done everything the size you wanted. Maybe you've made all of your squares or triangles or something like that. You've linked everything. Oh, linking the to-do list. Very important. You cannot link this to-do list. For the most part, I can link my teacher assignments to the kids' stuff and it works fine. Copying that link, the kids will be in their account, they'll be in their assignment. But teachers, their to-do list is different. It's a reviewed list versus a to-review list. So you need to go into your student's account, just use their password, go into a student account, go to their to-do list. So this is my student account. Copy and paste that. And you're going to know you're on the right page because it's going to say to do at the top. Copy and paste that. Where is the untitled presentation? And that's what you want to connect to your icon. For Zoom or Google Meet, you're going to want to use your Google, your personal Zoom link, not the one that changes every time, the one that is on your account page that goes underneath, I think, where it says personal Zoom meeting room. You want to use the one that stays the same. And for Google, for Classroom, you're going to want to use the one that pops up right here because that one's not going to change. If you use a Google Classroom or if you use Google Meet from the waffle, it's going to change every day and you can't use that link. You need to get the one that comes with your Google Class. Now, this is not a G Suite Google Classroom. This is one I just use for tutorials, so I can't put one on there. But you would just, let me see, so this one is not linked to anything at the moment, but you would just use the one that goes with your personal class, get the link and connect it to there, and it should pop into that Google Meeting space every single time. So if that makes any sense, you want to use the link that goes with your Google Classroom for Meet, and you want to use the personal meeting room link for your Zoom. Now, is there anything else? Publishing. Once you've got everything linked up, once you've got everything the way you like it, you've decided what shape things should be, you've picked fun fonts, all of that stuff. You've given it a name. You're going to click File, and you're going to click Publish to the Web. This is going to make it on a website in the middle of nowhere. Nobody is going to be able to find it unless they have this link. It's not going to pop up on Google. Don't worry if you Google your name and the word class, if that's what you've decided to call this, it's not going to pop up. You want to not click anything. Now, the reason I only make this one slide long instead of it being a long, masterful list of different interconnected Google Slides is that it is a slideshow and it could start playing, which means that the kids would be like, why did the screen change? My screen keeps changing. Miss D, why is it always changing? No, I just keep it on one slide. And honestly, sometimes I think that's all we can handle. There are some days when it's certainly all I can handle. So you come here, you're going to click Publish, click OK. And this link right here is going to be the link to your slideshow. This is the link that you want to make available to your students. My suggestion always is that before your students get their devices, no matter really their age, unless they're high schoolers, you go into every single account You create their bookmarks, you log them into all of their classes, you accept all of their invitations, you make everything set up the way you want it to be set up. So that when that first day happens, when they've got their device and they call you up saying, I'm not logged in or I don't have a password, you can say, I know you have a password because I put it in there myself. And so this link, you want to make sure that they can access it. Maybe you've put it here. Maybe you've talked to that tech person and you've made it their homepage. That is up to you. Now, I hope that this has been a helpful tutorial. It certainly, I think, solves a problem that I haven't seen anybody else be able to solve yet, with a solution that once you've built it, hopefully is not going to take you more than 5 minutes every day to just make your life easier by kind of putting the blinders on your students so that they only see what you want them to see. Again, I hope this has been helpful. I hope you had a wonderful school year. I hope next year is going to be everything that you want it to be. And whatever happens, we're all in this together and we're all doing our best, and that's all we can expect to do. So have a wonderful summer, have a wonderful school year, and good luck with all your classes. Bye.